Hi, good morning, and thank you so much for watching us today on the Ragazza Italiana Show. We're your host. I'm Joelle.
And I'm Francesca.
And we have a fantastic show for you today. Every week it just gets bigger and bigger and better and better, and it's so exciting.
I know, really. And this is before our coffee. Once we have our coffee, things are going to explode.
Walk out! All right, so that's good.
Well, I had a really, really peaceful, no fist fights, no cops come to my house Easter.
Oh my God.
You know how Italians are. Every occasion there's something crazy. No, just kidding. I cooked for my sons. We had a really good time, and then they went shopping without me because I didn't feel like going.
Oh.
They went to Town Square and they spent some money and came home with some really good stuff.
I love Town Square. I like to skip down the sidewalks. It's really fun.
Yeah, no, it's a really cool place.
It is. It's fun. Yeah. So I had a very interesting weekend. I also, it was, a holiday weekend, and I had a ton of weddings. And two of my clients that I married over the weekend, I made a huge mistake that I really am living to regret. But during the ceremony, my couple, their names were Rachel and Justin. So during the ceremony, right when the ceremony began, I had my iPad open and I was starting to talk about their relationship. Because I say one of my favorite things to do when I perform a wedding ceremony is learning their love story, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's all about where the first date was.
Exactly.
Where the magic began. So I said, so Raquel and Justin, and she goes, it's Rachel! And I was like, wow. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Rachel and Justin. And the entire ceremony, I felt this dagger. So I get a call from the chapel yesterday, and they're like, the clients are very upset with you. They think you ruined their wedding, and they're so mad, and so how do you want to recompense us? And so I said, well, because they paid extra money for the video, so the photo company agreed to edit the video, and I called the wedding bride, and I just apologized, and I said, I'm so sorry, I have no excuses, I made a human error. I think Raquel and Rachel can be misinterpreted, but I realized, gosh, I hated ruining their moment.
Yeah. Well, I have a story.
Okay.
When I was getting married, the priest was drunk. And called me Patricia on the altar, and I forgave him. So,
things happen. I wasn't drunk, but I just have to say that, I felt so terrible because you feel responsible. This is someone's really special day, and oh my gosh, I didn't know how to make it up to them. I never heard back from them, and the chapel seemed to think that they were happy. The photo lab decided to upgrade their package and give them a better video on HD, so they got like a $1,000 gift for free, and it was because of my mistake. But live and learn. What are you going to do?
Oh, it's all good. No,
what are you going to do? And then, of course, Saturday morning, I was. My sister phoned me early in the morning to tell me that her 7-year-old German Shepherd didn't eat for 3 days, so they brought him to the vet, and his name's Bear, and they had to put him down. And I've never heard my sister so devastated. Those are tough times when people lose their animals because they're like family members, right?
Oh, it's a known fact that it's like losing a child. It really is. That grief is so intense. It's heart-wrenching.
It really is, So anyway, we had that to deal with on Saturday. And then, of course, Sunday was Easter, and I was extremely busy with weddings. And we had a quiet night at home and a quiet dinner. But we watched the coolest movie. Have you ever seen 29th Street?
Who's in it?
It's with Danny Aiello. And the lady from My Big Fat Greek Wedding, the mother, she's in it. Yeah. Oh, it's a phenomenal movie. Very hard to find. I had to get it on Amazon for my mom. I bought it for her for Christmas, and I finally sat down and we watched it on Sunday night. Incredible. If any of you Dagos, if you haven't seen 29th Street, I highly recommend that you get it and watch it.
Oh, I'm going to.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Anyway, I picked my son up last night from the airport, and he brought me a lei from Hawaii.
Oh, I love it.
These are so fabulous.
Oh my gosh,
just smell that.
It.
There's nothing like fresh flowers.
Oh my gosh.
From Hawaii, right?
How are you going to preserve that?
You put it in the refrigerator.
Oh, okay.
And you can spray it with hairspray.
Oh, that's really
so there you go. Not too bad, right? All right, so don't you have a trivia question?
I do. I have a trivia question. This is really, really interesting. Who do you think invented the thermometer?
Really? A thermometer? Like the one you stick up your ass? Or the one, do you remember when you were a kid?
Stick it anywhere. So
do you remember when you were a kid and they'd get it real hot?
Yeah.
And they'd stick it up your butt and they'd go, don't move. And you're like, really? I have a thermometer up my ass. Well, how am I not going to move?
Okay. Tone it down with the perversion, okay? Anyways, a man in Italy in the year 1573.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Galileo
Figaro.
invented the thermometer.
That's my favorite Queen
I'm
song.
telling you, I know, right? Those damn
Yeah.
Italians are pretty damn slick. You know, the Romans invented the toilet.
They did?
Yeah, I'll talk about that in another
Was
show.
that in the ground? Did they dig the hole?
Oh,
and then
I'm
they cover
sure.
It up with the dirt
I will
nap?
get into full
That's
detail.
how the dirt nap came. They put the shit in the ground and cover it up. No, I'm kidding.
And it was named after Thomas Crapper.
Oh, my.
Which is a true story. That's why they say you go into the crapper.
Oh.
True story. True story. Well, I'll get to that at another.
Okay, wait. There's someone on our show today, and I won't name names, but we have a special guest on our show, and I learned this from this person because they said they didn't speak Spanish, but the only part of Spanish that they spoke was "Donde está casa de pipi?" And so I guess
I love it.
So anyway, that's funny. All right, well, we'll be right back with our very special, one of our special guests. We have 2 today. See you soon.
Nieve Melandra Boutique is your one-stop shop for the hottest looks from casual to the red carpet. We have stunning and affordable gowns, and we will help you put your own complete look together with a variety of accessories, including shoes. We have the trendiest and most appropriate look for your Vegas vacation or your night out on the town. You can shop online at melandraboutique.com or visit us at our location in Summerlin, Buffalo, and Alta. The address is 450 South Buffalo Drive.
This is a man's world. This is a man's world. Ooh, but it would be nothing, nothing without a woman or a girl.
And we're back.
Oh my gosh, we have the most amazing guest on our show today. Her name is Gabriella Versace. She is the singing star of Jennifer Romas's show Sexxy at the Westgate. She's an entrepreneur. She also owns her company called Showgirl Cupcakes. Would you please have a very warm welcome for Miss Gabriella Versace, my dear friend.
Hello. Hi, ladies. Ladies
Welcome.
and puppies.
Oh, I know. We just love dogs.
I know.
Aw.
Hi.
So tell us what you have going on.
Okay, well, what do you want to know first?
So, how long have you been in Sexxy now?
4.5 years.
Wow.
I opened Sexxy with Jennifer, and we're like the last 2 left.
Are you really? Or
Yes.
you keep going through girls?
Yes.
Really?
You know, times change. People, we've had a lot of girls get married and have babies.
How about babies? Yeah, pregnant.
Yeah, and babies. But
Yep.
they could leave and have their babies, and then they come back to us.
Mhm.
So that's always fun. We add to our Sexxy family.
Now, I just saw a rehearsal recently. Are you constantly changing up the show?
We do change up the show. We're adding some new girls to take a place of Svetlana,
Oh,
who's our
yeah.
aerialist.
Yeah.
She's having a baby.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
How long can she
Yes.
stay up there when she's pregnant?
She was up there for a while.
What's
and
a
you
while? Like
couldn't
4
really
months, 5 months?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you couldn't
About as
tell.
long as I lasted when I was doing the Lance Burton show.
Yeah, yeah. So most of the dancers can go about that time, and then all of a sudden it's like, whoa!
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
I'm just like, something's not right. With
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one.
right.
Then
Then
it's
it's right there. There's a
bed
belly.
rest.
Yeah,
It's
then
like,
it's-
okay,
yeah.
you're out.
Yeah, then it's belly time. But it's gone great over there, and we're having a great time. And we just got signed for 4 more years.
You did?
Wow.
Yay!
So,
That's awesome.
Thank God.
We have to go over and see the show one night.
I would love to.
I want to
I'd
have
love
Jennifer on the show
Yes,
as well.
yes.
But I'm so close to you that I wanted to
Yes.
have you on first. And plus, we're all these Italians. We got to
I
go.
know. The great thing about Sexxy, I'll say, is, we celebrate Sexxy at any age. We celebrate Sexxy at any body type.
I love that.
It's not
Hear
just
that, ladies?
Yes, you don't have to just be 20 and a stick
But
figure.
I have to say that the bodies in that show are absolutely phenomenal. It makes me want to leave and go do 50 sit-ups. So I'm just saying. I mean, when I look at Jennifer on that pole, I'm like, holy cow.
I know, it's crazy.
She is I mean, and you too. Good Lord, just the bodies.
Well, you have to watch your eating and work
Oh,
out,
yeah.
and take class, and I do teach. So,
Oh, you do?
I teach kids.
Oh, good.
So yeah, I've taught them for about a year and a
Where
half.
are you? Which studio?
Full Out Dance Academy.
Okay.
So we're getting ready for our recital now.
Oh,
our recital's
nice.
coming up.
Oh, fun.
So that's always fun with the costumes, and they're excited, and the mommies and the daddies and the
That's a
getting ready
full-time job.
That is, I teach 4 classes a week, so,
Wow.
but it's fun.
Do you like it? Do you have the patience and the tolerance?
I do.
don't.
Sometimes,
I don't. After 37 years, I don't.
Sometimes, after Miss Gabby, it's like, but
There's always Benadryl for those children.
yeah.
No!
Just kidding. I'm kidding. Okay.
No. But they're so fun, and they're so curious, and they're, and they're so funny, like the things that they say that
Yeah.
I can't help but
yeah.
adore them.
Kids say the darndest things, don't they?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
do.
They had a show with Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I shouldn't have said his name, but anyways.
It's okay. I mean, you can't take away
I
their
know.
credits. I mean, regardless of
I
what
know.
they did. I mean, even the whole Michael Jackson thing, regardless of what happened
That
in their
is true.
personal life, you can't take away from the fact that they were incredibly talented people that
Right.
created something for themselves. And what they did with it was, beside
Yeah.
the point. But
Yeah.
you still can't take away the fact you can't remove somebody's
So
credentials
true.
and
So
credits.
true.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hard, it's a fine line.
Right.
I think one of the things about being in show business is you have to be selfish because that's the only way you can be successful.
Right.
I mean, it is what it is,
Right.
right?
And we're all far from perfection, so some of us do fall at
And
times.
yeah, because look, I was preaching how bad sugar is, and look what I'm going to be eating. Like in about
Eating my leftover Easter chicken.
3 seconds.
she
all
has
right?
to eat peeps because I'm a horrible friend, and I left the cupcakes in the
But we have
refrigerator.
pictures. You can leave the
I
cupcakes.
love-
I like the photo. The photos are the bomb, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But I felt horrible, but Lance did volunteer to eat them for you. So
Okay, great. We're going to give that away later.
So, I'm sorry, I'm a terrible friend.
No, you're fine.
No, you're beautiful. Inside and out.
It's hard to function in the AM, which I call the AM.
I
Now,
understand.
I understand that you were once Miss Pennsylvania.
Yes.
What? Oh my gosh,
I was.
that's
We're
so
on the
amazing.
East Coast, okay?
Yes,
So that's
and-
a big thing for us.
And here,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah.
That's okay. We don't know.
Yes,
we don't care
we'll
about that.
write
You
that
still
one
look like you're Miss Pennsylvania.
Thank you.
Miss USA.
It
That's
was
something to be proud of.
it was really
Huge.
cool
Yeah.
experience, not only for myself and the state, but for my family.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
I bet.
Yeah, it was back in the Atlantic City days, which now it is back in Atlantic City. It was there for, its history began there, and then it came here to Vegas for a while. But it really flourishes more in Atlantic City. I
Yeah.
love Las Vegas, but Miss America really
Yeah.
belonged back in Atlantic City.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more.
I got to walk that runway and have my family there, and my dad bussed down like 395 people from our church in Philadelphia.
that's
It was
so
like,
awesome.
Typical Italian.
He was- yeah. It
Did
was
you
like-
have the whole
yeah.
cookout at home with the meatballs and everything
Yeah,
afterwards?
I was
Yeah.
just like, Dad, really?
That's okay.
Because our director's like, well, how many tickets does your family need? I'm like 400. And they were like, what? So, and then, they put my little head on a stick because that's what they
Oh,
do.
yeah, that's what they
Oh,
do.
yeah.
They take your
Yeah.
headshot as,
Mhm.
Miss Pennsylvania or Miss whoever. And each state has their own section.
Oh my
So when you
gosh.
look out there, you see like your head on a stick. And, it was just a really cool experience. And, getting to remember the look on my parents' face.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the night that I won Miss Pennsylvania was actually Father's Day.
Oh,
she
now
better
were you a
have
daddy's
won.
girl?
I kind of was, and, I was a lot like my father. So,
Plus, she better have won, because if she didn't, it would have been a way worse scenario.
well,
Just saying.
It
Broken
just,
kneecaps. Broken kneecaps.
Wooden spoons and
Yeah.
broken kneecap. No,
I
just
had
kidding.
a wooden spoon. My
Terrible.
mother had
Such
a
an old
wooden
dago.
spoon like this
She
big.
did.
I think they had them like custom made, these Italians with the wooden
Yeah.
spoons.
They don't make wooden spoons like
No.
they used to unless you go to Italy.
And she would smack me on the bottom with it, and she broke it once.
Oh, yeah.
And she was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
yeah. So but I think they
hilarious.
had these made somewhere just for Italians, because they were like ginormous.
Okay, so when did you get to Vegas, and how are you keeping your Italian traditions alive?
I got to Vegas. When did I come here? In 2001.
Oh.
Greg Thompson brought me here.
Really?
I was working for him in Atlantic City, for him and Miss Stingette.
I worked for them too.
Yes, and I met them when I was 17, and I said, I just want to be where they are. I want to, I always said to my parents, like, I'm going to be on stage. And I would set, like, goals for myself, like a bucket list. Like I said, I want to be in Miss America. So I made that my goal, and then I checked that off. And then I said, I want to be like a headliner or a lead in a show in Las Vegas. And I worked. I started as a dancer on number like 12.
Wow.
I have a degree in dance.
Oh.
So I started out like on number 12, and my mom said, keep working till you get to center. So I did. And then I moved up to singer. I told Greg, well, I could sing too. So he gave me a chance. And I stayed with them for a very, very, very long time. So he brought me out here to do Showgirls.
Oh,
His wife,
okay.
Sonny, was leaving.
Oh, wow.
And there was 3 of us, a girl group, a trio called Stars. So we were the singers. And it was really cool.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's amazing history.
Yes.
I worked for them in the Bahamas many years ago. In fact, Miss Stingette was the first one to put me on stage as Cher. She's the one that came to me and said, "You're going to be Cher," and I'm like, "Really?
Oh.
Okay."
You do that good, by the way.
Thank you.
Really good.
I know.
I got that girl down. Woo.
I know.
I love it.
What were you going to say?
Well, she manifested everything that she wanted to do in her life, and she checked off everything.
Yeah, I'm
It's-
still checking off boxes.
Oh, yeah, you have to
I'm
to
still-
the day you die.
I'm still checking off boxes, and
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really important for me and my family. Speaking about our Italian heritage, Showgirls was actually the last time my parents got to see me perform, because then my father became very ill.
Yeah.
So they weren't able to travel
Come and see
back
Sexy
here.
Woman.
So they didn't get to see Erotica or the Cowgirls or Sexy or Taste My Cupcakes or anything like that. So having that memory of them is really cool. So, but I'll tell you a funny story if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
When my parents were first coming out to see Showgirls, it's a topless showgirl show. So my mom called me and she said, we're coming out. And I said, okay, I'm going to put your tickets in for the show. And she said, well, I'm just coming because Daddy, because he's so religious and stuff like that, and it's a topless show, he doesn't feel comfortable. And I was kind of bummed. And I said, I kind of get it, whatever.
Yeah.
So
It's
then
tough
like the
sometimes.
day before, she was like, do you think Daddy could get a ticket to the show? Because he went to the Monsignor of the church.
I got the approval.
This is epic.
My daughter is in a topless show, and I want to go see her, but there's boobs, and I don't know if I should attend. And the Monsignor said, well, Vito, are you going there with good intentions? As long as you're not going there with, dirty intentions, it's okay.
It's an art form.
So he came, and I was laughing because after the show, of course, and I still have this picture in my room. It's awesome. It's like him with all the showgirls. Of course, they have
Oh,
tops
my
on,
God.
and he has a smile like ear to ear. And I was like, "Aren't you glad you talked to the Monsignor?
Aren't you glad you
know?
talked to the
Yeah.
Monsignor?
The Monsignor was hoping that he would get a ticket.
Yeah, the Monsignor. Yes,
That's how it works.
Yes.
Well,
But-
listen, it's not a fine line. Art is art.
Yeah.
And show business is a form of art.
Mhm.
And I think that you have to be able to separate church and state, and lay your differences aside and appreciate the art form and the beauty of professionalism at its best.
Somebody
That
wants
is
her
correct.
mother.
She actually wants to go.
She's
lay down.
over me.
She's frustrated. No, they just want to be. They don't like to be held all
She's
the time.
over me.
So, do you cook?
I do.
Yeah?
I love to cook.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I love to cook Italian food. The weird thing is, though, I don't eat it.
Because
she's that big.
It's the same thing with
because it takes up a lot of calories.
No, I like
I'm
to-
bad. I eat the food.
Yeah, I like to do it because I like to see other people enjoy it.
Right.
Like Christmas Eve, and we had a big dinner, not this year, but previous years, and it just made me happy to see everybody.
And you smell the house when you make the sauce,
good.
and it's like,
it reminds me of, my mother always cooked when we were kids, big Sunday dinners,
Yes.
and I know you have
every
those.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm with the meatballs.
Yeah.
I leave before I leave in the morning. The sauce is on, and then I get home. We do with my mom comes every week.
Yeah, and
You
I
know?
love that because being away since I was so young, I didn't get to be in all of that family. I was by myself for a lot of that time. So, doing that when I can is really cool. And
They have so many new gluten-free dishes and stuff. Do you do gluten-free a lot? No. Okay.
No, and I find that with my cupcakes too. Most people, and it was funny, I was talking to a friend of mine last night, and she's like, I know you can do those and sugar-free, but most of the time people want the full fat, give me the cupcake.
I know. If you're going to eat the
If you're
cupcake,
gonna
eat the fat.
it, just eat it.
Yeah.
But Nieve was bragging last week because
I've made them many times for
Oh,
Nieve.
she was going on and on because her kids don't have sugar. And
Yes.
they were just like, they sat on the couch like two little angels and never moved. I was like, what?
Those
They were
children
just so-
are just
No.
angelic.
Yes,
They
they're
really
such
are.
sweethearts,
They are.
Gigi and Jaja, and I've done their birthdays, for the past couple years. And I just substitute, you can use coconut sugar, you can use coconut flour.
The coconut palm sugar, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of, alternatives
Awesome.
to that sugar.
All right. So how can we find you? If someone wants to order cupcakes from you, how do they find you?
Well, our website isn't up yet, but it's coming. So,
So can I send-
www.showgirlcupcakes.com. So that'll be coming.
And your email?
Gonna be, my email is g@hotmail.com.
G to the V.
That's
at
so cool.
hotmail.com.
Uh-huh.
And we're going to be coming to the farmers markets this summer.
Oh, yay!
Yes.
I read that.
Yes.
I read that.
Yes.
That's amazing.
So I'm really excited about that.
Yay.
And a couple other things coming that I have to, but it's coming.
Awesome. I'm so honored to have you on the show today,
Yes.
Francesca.
I'm
and I.
honored
I'm
to
delighted.
be here. Thank you so much.
She's just amazing. Her
I know.
energy,
I know.
is just
I know.
so,
I know.
Plus, she's from the East Coast. Hello.
Well,
Need I say more?
duh.
I mean, what an honor. A celebrity here in Las Vegas. Gabriella, who's the singing star of Sexy. Please get out there to see the show. It's at the Westgate. It's every night.
We're there Wednesday through Saturday at 10 p.m. at the Westgate Cabaret. It's such a fun show.
It is.
Our producer, Jennifer Romas, we just have a blast together.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
come on out and have fun.
Yeah, and if you're going to order cupcakes, please look her up. We'll have all the information on there. Thank you so much again for being on our show. Love you.
I love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
When we come back, we're going to have a very special guest on our show.
Yep. We'll be right back.
He has been called the greatest stage magician of the past century. And now this legendary entertainer is coming to your town live and in person. And he's bringing his friends for an evening of magic, comedy, juggling, audience interaction, and surprises. Don't miss Lance Burton and Friends live. Get your tickets now for Lance Burton, Master Magician and Friends. It's fun for the whole family.
And we are back.
Oh my, it is can we start over? It is a complete.
Deep sleep.
Okay.
Deep sleep.
And we are back.
Oh my, I am so delighted to have you on the show. My dear friend, and I had the pleasure of working with for 19 years. I
Yeah.
don't want to give that away, but Mr. Lance
Yay!
Burton.
Yay! And we both started in Las Vegas at
Yes.
the Tropicana Hotel in the Follies Berkshire.
Yes, I was 17 years old, and I remembered sitting in the hallway doing my homework, and Lance would come walking down the hall, and he didn't talk then. He had a 15-minute silent act, and he had his face painted white, and I was like, wow, what a very peculiar young man.
I was only 10 years old, by the way.
We were all little kids. God, we were little.
I love your dog, too.
Thank you.
She's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Aw, you're such an animal
baby.
person. So you're so active in the community with the animals.
I love supporting the nonprofits here in Las Vegas, like Nevada SPCA and Heaven Can Wait Animal Society, and also Variety Children's Charity and the Shriners. There's just so many great organizations here in Las Vegas.
We really need
true.
to jump on board. Maybe at one of your next ones, we'll come on
Absolutely.
and we'll do a little cameo for our show. That would be
Fantastic.
great. Yeah.
So I have a question. What do you do to keep your Italian traditions alive?
I'm so happy to be here on the You Talking
Hey,
Show.
Giuseppe Lance Burton.
I have to say that
I think Burton is a Welsh name. I think
Let's say Bertoloni. Let's call you Bertoloni,
Bertoloni.
today.
I have to say something. Before he came on the show, him and I have something in common.
Oh.
We are both junk food junkies. I watched him swallow 3 biscottis, 2 of those, what are those ducks with the sugar that I just...
Oh, those are those little
Peeps.
peeps.
I'm looking at him in awe, going, either this is really sick or, I feel at home. He's just as twisted as me with the sugar. But anyways, slap me.
yeah, there you go. High five. Go Italians.
That's it. So what's your favorite Italian food?
I like pretty much everything. I like spaghetti and meatballs, and I like all kinds of anything,
Okay.
really. I'll eat any kind of food.
All right, there you go. So tell me what you got going on.
Well, yeah, as you know, I retired from the stage in 2010, and we shot the movie, Billy
Yeah,
Toppet, Master
yes.
Magician. And, we made our television, I don't know if we talked about this, we made the television debut of Billy Toppet about 6 months ago in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Who knew?
And because I was doing a show there, so we played it on one of the local channels there in Albuquerque. And when I was shooting the TV specials for NBC back 20 years ago, you always hear about the ratings, and it's the share and it's all
the like
this
and all that
it's
stuff,
all
yeah.
this complicated stuff. Well, when I was doing that, the head of NBC said, "Listen, the only thing you have to know is what did that time slot do last week, and what did you do? What did that time slot do a year ago, and what did you do when your show aired?" So when we aired Billy Toppet in Albuquerque, it was a 2-hour block. So we started the 2-hour block with double the audience that they normally get in that time slot. And by the end of the 2 hours, we had 3.5 times the audience.
Really?
Yeah, so it was a really big
It was very
success.
successful.
Yeah.
And I have to tell you that I think a week before the show came out in Albuquerque, my family called me from their home, and they were watching all of the TV specials that we shot.
Yeah.
It was crazy. My mom was shooting pictures on the TV going, Joelle, did you ever know about this? And I'm like, yeah, I was there. I don't remember about it. We shot so many different TV shows every year.
Over the years. And we shot a bunch of them for NBC, and then we also shot specials for the History Channel, the Animal Planet, Discovery. So there was maybe a dozen or more.
And they were such great shows. We would work on those shows for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I remember, I think I told you one time that it was during the children's competition or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
The
was
Young
that called?
Magician
The Young
Showcase.
Magician Showcase.
Yeah.
And I remember that one of the kids brought the flu onto the set.
Oh, no.
And it infected everybody
got
on
sick.
that stage. And I remembered in between, and we had like 10-hour days, and we were doing the show at night, and we were running off stage with buckets throwing
Yeah.
in between each set.
That's a horror story.
It's so glamorous show
It's a
business,
glamorous
isn't
show.
it?
And we had to just go back on and smile. And my mom sent me a photo of the television show from the TV. And she's like, Joelle, do you remember this? It was from the Young Magician Showcase. And I was like, yeah, I had seasickness that day.
I remember throwing up.
I was throwing up. And you were trying to stay away from everybody.
Oh, yeah, I didn't
because
wanna
you
get
didn't get
sick,
it until
yeah.
the last day.
Oh.
And we were all running downstairs. Oh, it was just tragic.
We did a lot of shows.
We surely did.
And we traveled. We went to Japan.
Yeah, remember? 3 times we went to Japan, right?
Yeah, we went to California. We went.
And then
We
the
did
bus
East
tour
Coast, the bus
with the
tour.
ducks in the back of the bus.
Oh.
In the middle of the night, we're traveling from
Yeah.
state to state.
Yeah, so I'm at it again. I'm doing that
You
again.
are?
Yeah. We're doing a little. I started doing these Lance Burton and Friends shows.
Okay. Hey,
last year.
Kitty gave me these.
Oh, yeah,
I told her
yeah.
I was going to give her a shout out. Her
Yeah,
mom.
there's Kitty
did
Marie.
Kitty Marie. She is the magician's assistant for Keith, right?
Keith West and the Illusioneers.
Yes.
From Des Moines, Iowa.
Yes.
And they're on the tour along with me and Fielding West and Michael Goudeau. And so anyway, this last year we did 5 shows, 5 different cities. And now this year we've got, in August, we put together a little tour. So we're doing like 5 different cities all in a row.
That's awesome.
And it's, I think we're in Arizona and Colorado and California and Washington State.
How does it feel coming out of retirement? Because it's different when you go do these couple of popcorn shows, and then you get to go home and sleep.
People always are saying to me now, what does it feel like to come out of retirement? And I have to tell you, I'm really not out of retirement. Because when we started, it was 2 shows a day, 7 days a week.
I know.
14 shows a week. So if I do 5 shows in a year,
you're still in retirement.
that's nothing.
I know. I understand. I get it. But I know from doing, I have a show that I tour with Chris, Jason, and I. We go in the East Coast and we'll be there. We have 7 shows this summer. But it's a hike, man, because we do 2 shows and then 2 and then 2. And we travel city to city and we're doing Rhode Island and we're doing New Hampshire and we're doing parts of, New York. And I mean.
But then the next week you can just sleep.
You just drop dead.
Yeah.
It's a trip.
Yeah.
But it's a lot easier to do that than to work 7 days a week, 2 shows a night.
Yeah,
we killed ourselves.
But it's in short bursts, so that's
And
nice.
do you remember when you broke your foot on stage?
Oh,
He
yeah.
broke his foot during his show.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he broke his foot and then came to work the next day in the boot and came down from the. Remember, you came down on the
Yeah.
rope
Well,
with the
I had-
broken
Actors
foot.
have to do.
Here's the thing.
Performers have to do that.
I was stepping on the stairs and my foot kind of slipped off the stair and it broke on my foot, my right foot, the 5th metatarsal, which is the bone. It's a small bone that connects the pinky to the foot.
Oh,
but I didn't know I broke it.
Jesus.
I knew it hurt, but I finished the show.
Yeah, the
And
whole
then-
Did you
show.
just drop your?
And-
what is that?
That was a
I'm-
button.
I was
I'm
a
gonna,
button.
I'm gonna sew
We're
it for you
losing
later.
buttons on
I
this
have.
show, people.
Listen, I have a sewing
It's getting
machine in the
serious
back.
here. It's
I'll be doing a sewing trick for you later. Yes, so that was insane.
Yeah, so that required surgery and a plate and 6 screws
And
or 8
came back
screws.
to work the very next day.
But I,
That's what a professional does.
but
a
I,
performer, yeah.
but it was funny for the first couple of months. Doing the shows, I had to wear black tennis shoes because I couldn't wear my normal show shoes.
Yeah.
So you do what you have to do.
Yeah. Was with the black tennis shoes. We've had some great moments. I remember I was pregnant, and I think I was 4 months pregnant, and it came time to come out of the 6-pack, and you clapped your hands and you yelled for me to come out of the box, Joelle. Joelle, and the third tried Joelle. Stephanie was behind me, shoving me out of the suitcase, and I finally came out. And then after the show, you went, "Well, that's your last 6-pack."
So after the baby.
That was it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hilarious. It literally popped in one day, and
Oh,
I
my
couldn't
goodness.
get out of your suitcase. He
goodness.
carried us on
So
stage.
people
all
who
6
never
of us.
saw the show, the 6-pack, the opening of the show, I came out with a suitcase, and I said, we're going to go on a magical journey. I have everything we're going to need right here in this suitcase. And I'd set the suitcase on a little card table and open it up, and 6 showgirls would pop out.
Pop one by one. He'd
One
clap
by
his hands and he'd pop out.
Wow.
And if you were too fat to get out, then you got excused. Can you please leave the building?
That is hysterical.
Yeah. We've had so many memories, and wow, it's just been a lifetime of love for you. And I've never worked with such an eloquent boss. He was always so professional, and there's something to be said about that. I learned a lot from you.
You were a great co-star. You were a
Thank
great
you.
assistant.
Thank you.
And if you haven't seen my movie, it's called Billy Toppet, Master Magician, and Joelle is the female lead.
I got to portray Gabriella Versace, who he wrote the story about. So that was an honor. To
Well,
play
it was,
that.
I named the character
Gabriella.
Gabriella.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I felt like felt really special going behind in her shoes. She's really a hard act to follow. She's a very
You did a
talented
great
lady.
job, and
Thank
you were a terrific actress, and
Maybe we'll get
I'm
to
happy
do
you're a
something.
talk show host.
I know. I'm
This is fantastic.
carrying. Well, if it wasn't for Francesca, right?
Oh, yeah. Kind
So
of.
she
Yeah.
called me up last year, and she said, "I have an idea for a talk show with 2 Italian chicks. What do you think we put this together?" So this is all her fault. And
Yeah, it's all my fault. But I actually could not do this without her. So there would be no show, really, even though I came up with the idea, there would really be no show without Joelle, because if she said no, I mean, there was no one else to go to.
well, I mean, and
That's true.
we've had a really easy run at it. I mean, we have Chris Jason that's producing the show, and it's been really simple.
He's golden.
been awesome.
He's our magician.
And what better
Yeah.
place to do it in my own home?
There you
know?
go.
So, and I feel like I'm
I feel like I'm in your living room.
Wait, you are in my living room.
And he ate all the biscotti. There's nothing left for me, damn it.
She said it was for me. She
Of
said,
course,
"Here,
I
you can
had them
have
all
those."
for you. Eat. Come on, you come to the Italian's house, you gotta eat. You gotta
I'm
eat.
telling you.
Yeah. Well, okay. So one more time, where can someone come and see your show this summer?
Well, we're in various cities, but they will all be posted on my website, lanceburton.com.
Okay, there you go. Wonderful. Well, Lance, it's been a pleasure to have you on the show. I love you dearly, and I couldn't thank you enough for the success that you've brought to this community and to the animals and to the Show Business Society. And on behalf of our show, we just are so honored to have you here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for loving animals the way you do.
Thank you.
Because that's really
Happy to be
special.
here.
We'll be right back after these messages.
Nieve Melandra Boutique is your one-stop shop for the hottest looks from casual to the red carpet. We have stunning and affordable gowns, and we will help you put your own complete look together with a variety of accessories, including shoes. We have the trendiest and most appropriate look for your Vegas vacation or your night out on the town. You can shop online at melandraboutique.com or visit us at our location in Summerlin, Buffalo, and Alta. The address is 450 South Buffalo.
And we are back.
What a great show we had today.
No, we really did.
Incredible. Gosh. We will have all of the information up for our guests so that you can find out what they're doing next.
Yeah.
And
And my son's going to be on the show next week,
Oh.
Anthony Sorotnik, and he has a fabulous story to tell about how Bank of America came to where it is today.
wow, that's
And
incredible.
Oh, it's an incredible story. You guys are going to love it. So make sure you tune in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Please.
Because we need subscribers. It's very important to keep our ratings up.
Yes.
And we're always on Facebook, so please go on our Facebook page if you don't know where the information is. Everything is under Ragazza Italiana Show.
Yep.
And next week we have some special guests. We will let you know who they are throughout the week, but it's a surprise.
Oh, it's a great
It
surprise.
is a great surprise. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.
Bye.